Daily market recap for Wednesday, December 29th, 2021. Let's go. This is Dan Max at EXP Realty, aka the Trading Agent, and this is my stock, Bitcoin, gold, and silver daily market recaps. Please subscribe if you like what you see. Thank you. This is Dan Max at EXP Realty, aka the Trading Agent, and this is our daily market recap for Wednesday, December 29th, 2021 for stocks. Was it Bitcoin, gold, and silver? Question mark? No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, so here we go. Let's jump into it. Here is the Stock Traders Almanac, and this is what I've been warning about. The end of the year can be a sell, especially if, well, it was up 29 years in a row at one point, but usually if you're running up into it, as you notice with the Qs and the SPY, it's gotten tired the last couple days. Usually you pull back, so just keep that in mind. So if you have some trades that look like they're a little sluggish, tired, that might be the case. So here again is the Discord room. You know, I tell people all the time, if you got questions, you got comments about the videos, the link is in the description below. Just come on in, say whatever you want to say, ask questions. If there's something you need to clarify on, just let me know. And also too, please subscribe if you want more, trading alerts, more market recaps, back to basics. There's a ton of content on this channel, and so subscribing only helps me grow the channel and will give me a reason to do more. So I appreciate everybody, and let's jump into Bitcoin because this is pretty interesting. We talked about, again, I keep saying this is a big cup and handle. I'm not too worried about it short term, but we talked about these levels right here, and notice what's happened. They're acting as resistance. Now, short term, I am not surprised, but I thought we would hold. Again, I'm not personally trading it. I don't have a position at the moment. Let's go to the 2 hour because then you might see what's going on a little better. I think we're at kind of this area where we're probably stuck for a little bit. I don't know what the catalyst is going to be short term, but I thought we'd hold. I mean, look at these. I mean, technically we did bounce, and we talked about this area and the volume we would bounce. I mean, the bounce wasn't that strong, so you got to be aware of that. And so if you don't get the bounce and the action that you think you're going to get, just be on red alert because anything is possible. Because now all this comes into play. I mean, that line is just, it's not as support resistance as I want it to be. But I would say at now, if this doesn't hold, keep in mind the whole 45 to 46,000 range starts coming into play here. Now again, if you're trading it, you have your plan. We talked about this look up of and fail. It needed to hold, it didn't, so it came down to here. Now you have a wick and a pop. I mean, if you always look at Bitcoin, it typically does this kind of stuff. So let's just jump into that real quick because everything repeats with Bitcoin. And here, the hardest thing I think is the liquidity at times. Long wick, bottom. Long wick, then pops. Long wick, chop, then pop. I would be looking for the long wicks. And I know this is the 2 hour. So get in a little closer, and you'll see like the action should look like, big red followed by engulfing up. I hope this helps because I know a lot of people trade Bitcoin, and you got to watch for these actions. So that's where the 2 hour, and you get into the hour, it'll be like big red followed by a big green. You want to see a down candle get engulfed up, basically eaten up by the green up candles. We'll show some more examples here. TLT, this is really interesting because we said, watch this area, and it gapped down today. The volume wasn't great. I don't have, it's still a higher low if it doesn't take out these lows here, but at this point, why not touch the 200-day and the old trend, like the bottom of the trend? Like zoom out here, you can see where this green line comes from. I would not be surprised because the 200-day, for some reason it's not completing all the way, but you notice how they're literally lining up together. When you see things line up together, they become more powerful. Think of it as this like a battleground, and there's more soldiers here, so it's going to be harder to break below when you got more soldiers and reason for people to buy. So I think TLT, again, it's not really doing anything the market's too spooked about based because of the action today. I don't see anything, but I would just be aware that it might go a little lower, rates might go a little higher short term, some profit taking. The dollar, again, what do we say? Compressing. Looked at this big volume bar, retest high, fail. It's going lower. I mean, it looks pretty obvious that it's going lower. How much will it go? Keep in mind, I mean, I would assume the mid 25s. I don't know why you wouldn't get there. I mean, it's old resistance support from prior. Just keep that simple. The VIX, we've talked about this one. So 250 20-day, and once it couldn't get over it, I think it just, again, they're going to kill the VIX into the end of the year. You mean, downside to the 15s. I still think it could chop here. So this is where you can watch. You can look at the SPY and look at the VIX and kind of compare the two and notice the action. I mean, it was just the VIX is getting crushed because the volatility is coming out of the market. Well, you have two double dojis, small candles. I mean, could it be something like this with a little pullback? That's what I would assume. That's the worst, like some of the short-term worst-case scenarios. So if you're shorting and you really want to take those couple points, I mean, you're looking at the action that should precede some sort of drop in the market. Now, it doesn't have to be huge, but you know, you see what I mean? Like these like small indecision candles. Big run up. Of course, you got to chop out. You got to shake some weak hands. That's just how the market works. So if you're shorting stuff, don't be surprised. If you're long stuff and it's not moving, that's why. Q's said the 400 level. I mean, it literally hit it. You know, that area that I think is support today was the exact low. I mean, I didn't just draw that line. You know, I just opened the candle or opened the charts to it. People who know me know I don't trade on this computer. This is my little recording computer. And eSignal, which is, if you're ever listening, eSignal, please create the app for the freaking Macs. I hate PCs. It's absolutely crap. Anyway, so the Qs, holding this 399, 400 level. Not surprised. The volume isn't really telling you anything. Again, it's profit taking. That's why when I tell people, when you get the greediest movements should, you know, typically pull back. You know, even within uptrends that are solid like that, you're gonna have pullback. So don't be surprised. It just is what it is. I don't see anything technically that I'm going, The only thing I have to worry about is, I apologize. The only thing I'm worried about with the Qs is I don't like seeing, like, we need to get above this area if you want to be bullish. Let's just call it what it is. Getting up here to a lower high could be dangerous in time. We'll see what happens. News flow could change. Gold was interesting because, you know, a lot of people were like, Swing Jam even noticed it too. Is like, we're hitting the backside of this trend line. He's like, I didn't like that candle yesterday. Well, he was right. But look what happened. I mean, you gap down and you close at the high of the day. With, again, this time of year, the volume's kind of crap. But you did bounce back nicely. So it's kind of a wash. Like, you have this candle, and then you ended up in the same spot, the 168 level. So that's where you're at. So I don't really know what to tell you other than wash down, bears, wash out. You're right where you started. So it doesn't tell you much. And people are like, well, you're supposed to know everything and help out. Like, dude, some days you just don't know. Like, that action, we're literally right where we closed on Tuesday, but we just took the steps down to come right back up. So let's look at silver, because silver, I mean, we talked about this same kind of thing. You got up into some resistance. I've said I like the 20-day if you can catch it, because what is it doing? It's going to start to curl up. Should be support. That's all you really need to know. GDX. You know what? I might throw in an extra minor because Newmont is kind of acting interesting. So is KL and some of these names. Like the 20-day. I hate these little wicks because you can tell these are traps intraday. They're trying to get the bulls, the sell. So that's where you're at right now. I think the 20-day is good. GDXJ, same kind of thing. We're right there. Long wick, 20-day. I mean, you closed right at it. These are, sometimes you just don't know. Let's jump into Newmont because one of our friends in the Discord board was talking about it, and I was like, yeah, you know what? It is acting pretty well. Newmont should be a leader. It did hit the 200-day, but look at this nice action. The only thing I don't like is that candle, that doji there, but you did come back and take it. So who knows? I'm assuming that was some sort of earnings or some news, but we'll see what happens. I mean, if you have this action and you have indecision and then you come right back and you take over it, then that indecision was actually, the sellers are wrong. That's just how you have to classify it. I did not like AG's action today. It got back below the channel and closed near the lows. It filled a gap here. Oh, wide and loose. It's interesting because some names are working better than others. Like KL is holding the 200-day. It's holding just another doji, just chopping tight. You know, Newmont was looking good. I mean, what was it? FNV to me looks solid. It's just, you know, they're all holding up here. And so, sorry to run through all of them, but usually keep the order. But again, KL holding the 200 day. I don't really see anything wrong with the miners. It's just you wish they would move more quickly in your favor. But it looked like some of the silver miners got slapped around today. I mean, it was interesting because I saw this on PAAS. Gap down. I thought I'd get to the 20 day, but I mean, literally, look at that little gravelstone doji, I think, or dragonfly. I can't remember the damn names. They don't matter, but it's a doji. I mean, you open and close, and look at that wick. It's just like somebody's holding it up here. Again, the volumes aren't great. You have to take it for what it is and try to just assume in your mind. You don't know every day. Need more information. X broke the trend line. We've talked about this. Sideways, not surprised. The market's going sideways. Again, I just don't want to see. I don't want to see 22s again. 22s would make me very nervous. That's all. VALE. That's one we've been talking about. 20 day. Did we hit it today? I'm assuming we did. I didn't have a chance to watch so much. Yep, there we go. 20 day. Here's your first buy signal. I like it. It's 1340s, 1350s. It ran up from 1120 up to 14 change. That's, friends, this is what happens. You go up big, you go up 20. I don't know, what's 11 to 14? 25%. You know, that's not surprising that you might have a pullback. There you go. There he is. Now, if you're scared to buy it, then I don't know what to tell you, because it just, this mantra of traders always thinking everything has to go in their direction all the time. It's just, it blows my mind. AMD, this is not, again, the bulls are not going to like this, because I think if you know me, you know what I'm drawing here. It looks like the dreaded head and shoulders pattern. Now, what you have to know about the head and shoulders pattern is if it invalidates, it's super bullish, mega bullish. If it's not invalidated, then bears, oh gosh dang it, then the bulls are screwed. Why can't I just delete this? So yeah, there's your head and shoulders pattern. Just be on a red alert. Like, I don't know what to tell people who are always bullish or always bearish. I try to keep a open mind because, again, the market's humbled me a million times. I'm not going to sit here and assume I'm always right. Upper trend line, potential head and shoulders top. Now here you go. If we chop out and hold high and tight, not a big deal. But if you were looking at this area 156, that's interesting, because I might have to do alert on that one, because I'm not really bearish, and it's hard to be bearish when they continue to pump so much liquidity in the market. Like, have this conversation daily about what's the value of the market. I don't know. You can't value a market with endless capital being pumped into it. Good old Apple. We said watch out for the top of this range. I mean, I still think in time it's going to take a stab up into this upper trend line. Then I would be, if you're an Apple bull, I would be super anxious about taking profits. MicroStrategy, I mean, Apple is really nothing much to say after that. MicroStrategy, I mean, it's just chopping here. Hit the 20-day, backed off. I mean, if you filled the gap, technically, so maybe that's bullish. We need to see what Bitcoin does. That's ultimately what's going to lead. I did a pair trade. Actually, let's go to Roblox, then we'll go to the pair trade, because I did announce a pair trade that I've done. I've got a 5-to-1 ratio on it, but Roblox, what did I say? I have no interest in this stock until it gets into the 90s. It's a great stock. I mean, we played this accordingly, 2 times range and out. Didn't get as much as I want on the trade, but we did get some backup, which ultimately ended up being a pretty solid trade for scalps. But it's, in my mind, it's just in the no man. It's in the penalty box. Once you get a big move, let it digest. Let it come back. Let it come to earth. Let it give you a good time. All right, Tesla and RIVN. I have a pair trade going here. I have 50 shares of Tesla short with 250 shares of RIVN long. It's pretty obvious. Well, I guess maybe not to everybody, but to me, this is the trend line. I mean, here's your stop. You short Tesla, expecting a drop. I mean, how deep could it get? Well, let's go into the hourly, because I usually don't have, again, I don't really trade on this computer, but you will see how my brain thinks. Let's take the bottom. Let's take the top. 1,030 lines up to what? The 20-day. I mean, I'd be looking at the 1,000 level. I mean, I'll take 50 shares times 100 drop. You do the math. It's not a bad return. So why am we, then let's check out RIVN, because this is a pair trade. I'm short Tesla and long RIVN. People are like, it's funny, stock twits. All the people just don't understand why you would do something like this. We were buying here in the 93, 95. We pulled back, and I liked exactly how we held 97. I mean, if you watch the video, we talked about 97 being the area. I didn't want to give up all this candle. I mean, I know that's, gosh, it doesn't have a history. You just back tested it and filled it. And what happened? You wicked right off of it. So I like that close. You could get back down here, and so 97 is your entry. So if I got 250 shares and this pops 10 points, and then Tesla could drop 100 points, I mean, you do the math. And then guess what? What if they both rise? Well, then you stop out of Tesla and you let Rivian run. That's why I love pair trades, because if you're trying to manage your losses when you're wrong. Because anybody who sits here and goes, "Well, I'm never wrong," well, then just run away. Don't even talk to them. That's like saying I go to the casino and I play blackjack. I never lose. Like that's pair trades are pretty cool, man, because you can manage your risk accordingly. PENN, this one is just driving me absolutely crazy. I'm waiting. I'm absolutely waiting for the squeeze. It just holds in this 20-day. It's not curling up yet. I mean, I like how the 8-day and the 10-day, but at some point, the market maker who's holding all these shares needs to spike the stock to unload the shares to retail, because the retail will chase some sort of news. I mean, is it possible market maker took the L and let this shake out? I don't know, but I'm seeing, oh gosh, I hate this mouse, man. Anyone who's watching this, this mouse drives me crazy. I am seeing something here, and you see what I'm drawing. It looks like shampoo, Head and Shoulders. And let me just clear this out for now, because we don't need, this is what I'm looking at. This is interesting, because if PENN is shampooing Head and Shoulders bottom, if you don't know what a Head and Shoulders bottom, back to basics videos, please check them out. This could be nice, because this is a pattern you want to see for a bottom, potentially. It's either a Head and Shoulders or a W. That's typically how it goes. And so you identify it, and you can run with whatever it sets up. And you have your stops, you have your plan accordingly. If you bought here, you could put your stop in and put it 47.50, and if it fails, then you're probably going back to 43. I mean, it's all probabilities. I mean, they're all different types of bottoms. You just have to identify them. EXPI, I like this. I mean, again, anywhere in the 33s with a stop. I mean, I've said this trade over and over. There is a first, second quarter run up in real estate in general, because it's the selling season. People are moving. Real estate stocks run. I mean, it can take a time to bottom. And here you go. I mean, here's the left shoulder, maybe the head. Here's the right shoulder. The volume's not really saying much. Just keep it on your watch list. If you want to buy it low. I mean, here's your zone, your 33s. Put your stop. I mean, you put a tight stop. I mean, if you put a $3 stop and it jumps 12 points, I mean, that's 4-to-1 risk reward. I mean, it's not bad. Or you could buy options. Say you buy out of the money options and you risk $2 a share, and you buy 6 months out. Like, there's tons of ways to play it. Come to the Discord room and we'll discuss it. Exxon XOP, we talked about this yesterday. Did not really like this candle, but we did break the downtrend. We held the 20-day. I mean, that's the first support. It's got to be there. Just keep it simple. It looks like it's okay. ExxonMobil, I mean, we talked about this yesterday. Did not really like that close at the 20-day. High and tight is fine. If not, it's going back to 59, 60 range. So, again, I know these videos are long. If you're watching them completely and you have not subscribed or come by the Discord room, I urge you to. I mean, there's a lot to talk about. 20 years of trading and seen a lot of this stuff. I'm not going to sit here and promise certainty. I'm doing this for free, where most places you're going to pay a lot of money for insider content. I don't need and don't want to charge money, because I just trade what works. And it's always amazing to me, all these paid services. What's the best way to describe it? They're good, but they also, you know what I mean? Like, if you're doing really well, you don't necessarily have to charge much. I'm not giving away a ton of my time, so I don't need to charge. Maybe one day we will, but I hope this helps. I will talk to you gals and guys later. Stop by the Discord room. I'll probably drop an alert here or two on PENN or AMD. Please share, like, subscribe. I mean, it really helps out the channel. So on that note, in the 20-minute mark, I will let you guys.
Thanks for watching. For more trading knowledge and insight, click on the videos on the right, and also join the Discord room. Link is in the description below. If you have any questions, please stop on by the Discord room and let's chat. Thank you.